Think you know Excel? Think again. These 5 mind-blowing tricks will change the way you use Excel forever. And stick around to the end for a bonus trick that'll make you look like an Excel wizard. Tip number 1, it's called flash fill. What flash fill does is it looks for patterns in what you're doing in Excel and tries to help you out. Here's an example. I've got a list of full names. I want to split this into a first name and a last name column. So if I were to do this manually, I would just start typing, right? And I could go through and I could type these all out. Now, if I try to just drag this down, well, that doesn't do what I wanted it to do either, right? But if I go down to this little arrow down here, whoops, little arrow down here, and say flash fill, well, that's exactly what I wanted, right? Again, last name column. Again, we start typing things out. We'll try to drag this down. Okay, that's not what I wanted, but again, down here to my little arrow, flash fill, that's exactly what I wanted. You can also do things like this. Like, let's say I need all of the months in a year, right? January, February. Okay, I'm tired of typing now. That was exhausting. If I just grab this, boom, did it for me. So Excel tries to help you out as much as possible. You just have to know the feature is there. That is flash fill. Tip number 2 is called the camera tool in Excel. It's kind of a little known Excel feature that you don't see talked about as much as some of the other features. But what I find it useful for is combining data that you want to print out for like a handout at your job, or if you're a teacher, you want to take a spreadsheet and just take some parts of it that you want to kind of combine together in a printout. That's what I find it most useful for. So here's how to use it. First of all, you need to be able to find the tool. The easiest way is probably just to add it to your quick access toolbar here. So if we click on this little arrow up here and then we go down to more commands and we change the drop down here to all commands. And then we're just going to have to scroll down until we find camera. There it is. We'll click add and we'll say okay. So now you'll see up here we've got our little camera icon. So I'm going to create another sheet here just that we're going to use in a minute. The sheet 2 here is going to be the sheet that we're going to print out. So here we go back to sheet 1. Got some sample data here. So let's say that I want to have the product name. Let's start with just the product name column here. We're going to select the area we want, the range of cells that we want, and we're going to click on the camera. Now I'm going to go over to sheet 2, and I'm just going to click wherever I want this to appear. I'll click, and boom, there it is. It looks kind of like a little screenshot, right? So we'll just put that there. Now we'll go back, and let's say we want to have January to March in this printout. I'll go click my camera icon, back to sheet 2, and click. Okay, and we can kind of line them up so that they, look nice. And then let's say we also want to have July to September. Again, we'll click our camera icon and go over here and click. And again, we can line them up so they look all pretty. Then all I would have to do is go into my print, and there we have the data that I want printed. Pretty straightforward, but it can be useful if you just want to take some chunks of your Excel spreadsheet to print out. Tip number 3 is using functions to generate random data. Sometimes you, like me when I'm teaching, I need to use Excel to demonstrate things, and I just need some random data put in to fill out the spreadsheet. So in this case, sample spreadsheet here, I want to generate a random salary for all these individuals that's between $40,000 and $100,000. So what I can do is I can go equals rand between, and then I'll just say 40,000 and 100,000, and hit enter, and there it generated a random salary. And then if I just fill this down, each one of these individuals in this fictitious spreadsheet now has a random salary. So that's the rand between function. Okay, we can also just use the rand function instead of rand between. Rand will just generate one number without giving kind of a lower and an upper limit. So if I say equals rand, like that, you'll see it generates a number like that. You can see it's kind of in a decimal notation. So if I want it to be like a whole number, I could just do times 100, and then we get a bigger number. That's rand. Okay, there's also, I'm just going to create a new sheet here. There's also rand array, which will create a grid of numbers. So if I go equals rand array, we'll say 10 and 5. There we go. Okay. We've got a grid here that is 10 rows by 5 columns of random numbers. And again, we could go, times 100, and that'll change those numbers to be bigger. So that is rand array. So 3 different rand functions for generating random number data in Excel. All right, tip number 4 is called the text to columns wizard. And this is a different way of doing something I showed you how to do earlier with flash fill. So I showed you earlier how to kind of separate a name that's all in one column to a first name and a last name column using flash fill. Here's how you would do it with the text to columns wizard. So I've got a list of a few names here, and I want to split those into a first name column and a last name column. So I'm going to highlight my list of names. We're going to go to the data tab here, and we're going to go text to columns. All right. So what we want to do is we want to make sure delimited is selected here. The delimiter is the character between the data we want to separate. In this case, it's a space. Okay. So we're going to say delimited. We're going to say next, and it's asking us what the delimiter is. In this case, the delimiter is a space, and then we're going to say next. Okay, and then the destination here is going to be this range of columns right there, and we'll say finish. And there we are. So that is just a different way of doing it. That would work. As you saw there's a lot of different delimiters you can choose. We could have chose commas, semicolons, tabs. So if you've got a bunch of data that's separated by any of those delimiters, you can use the text to columns wizard to separate them out into their own columns. All right, tip number 5. This is called goal seek, and it's used, in this case, I'll use an example of, let's say we want to save up $10,000 in a year, and we want to use Excel to figure out how much we need to save every month to get there. Obviously, there's other ways you can do this with a calculator. I'm just using this as an example. There's all kinds of things you can use goal seek for, and I'll cover a few of those in just a minute. So I've got a simple spreadsheet here, and I have a formula in here that says next to total savings equals B1 times B2. But we don't know what B1 is yet, right? We know that B1 times B2 is going to equal our total savings, but we don't know what to put in B1. So we're going to use goal seek to figure it out. All right, so I've selected my cell here that has the formula in it. We're going to go into data, and we're going to go to what if analysis, and we're going to go to goal seek. So our set cell is B3. Our to value is $10,000. By changing cell B1. We're going to say OK. And it did some math for us there. You saw it actually ticking up and trying to figure it out. And it determined for us that in order to save $10,000 in 12 months, we would need to save $833.33 every month. So that's goal seek. So that could be used for all kinds of real world things, like finding the interest rate needed for a loan payment, determining how many sales are required to hit revenue goals, adjusting budgets to meet financial targets, etc. There's a lot of practical examples for goal seek. Now, if you made it this far, you're in for a treat. You get the bonus tip. We're going to use Excel to generate a random maze. Yep, I said maze. That's what we're going to do. So here we go. I'm going to select 10 columns here. I'm going to set the column width to 3. You can see now that this looks more like these are square grids instead of rectangular cells. In cell A1, I'm going to paste this formula. I'll put it in the description of this video so you can just copy and paste it because this is just for fun. Okay. And I'm going to grab cell A1 and drag it out all the way to, why is this not working? Drag it out all the way down like so. I'm going to add in some conditional formatting here. I'm going to create a new rule. Format only cells that contain specific text, which is my little square character here. I'm going to click Format. I'm going to click Fill. I'm going to go with black. Say OK. Say OK. And there we are. You could create a maze out of this. You could create a crossword puzzle out of this. And if I press F9, you can see that it'll generate all kinds of different fun patterns. All right, which of those tips or tricks blew your mind the most? Comment below. Anything else Excel related you'd like me to cover? Comment that as well. Please like, subscribe, share this video. I appreciate it. See you in the next one.